Hello guys, Antoine here for Simarchitecture and welcome back to the channel for a new build. So today we're in Willow Creek and we're building on a 50 by 50 lot. And today's project is a very luxurious mansion, which is more like a suburban mansion in a French style, I would say, but let's say the French style as seen by the Americans. I was inspired by a house I've seen on the website Homes of the Rage, and you can actually filter the houses by style, and there is a French style, and actually the French style is like what Americans think France looks like. And to be honest, I've never seen such a house in France, so it's quite far away from the reality, but still it's very nice and I like it, and I just decided to go for it. And yeah, I felt like building a mansion. It's just as simple as that. So it's pretty large, as I said. It is built on the 50 by 50 in Willow Creek, which is facing the ocean, so the location is very nice. The house itself has 5 bedrooms and 6 or 7 bathrooms. It has, of course, everything you need to live. So there's kitchen, dining room, breakfast room, living room. There are actually several sitting areas all around the house. There is an office. There's beautiful outdoor areas with garden, swimming pool. There's even a gazebo, which is something really fancy, I think, and I love it. And yes, so I decided to go for something realistic, so I didn't build like crazy theaters like bowling basement with basketball court or whatever, or home theater, because this is not a star mega mansion. It's just like a luxury mansion, but not a mega mansion. So yeah, that's why I decided to just keep it real, like nothing too crazy. But overall, I really like the style, and I think it turned out in a pretty good way. When I was starting building this, I didn't know what it would look like because of the towers and so on. I was not so sure, but in the end, it was pretty nice. And yeah, there's also something which I like about this build is the roofing. As you can see, I built it as a fake roof, which can often be seen in such American mansion, which means that from the outside it looks like it's a real mansard roof, but actually it's not. It's just a fake roof, and behind this roof there is actually all the technical elements you need. So for example, I put some kind of pipes, I don't really know how they call them in English, that are used for climatization, I think it's air conditioning. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, it can often be seen in the mansion I've seen in the US, like it's all about looking real, but it's not real. And yeah, I just did it this way to make it a little bit more realistic. For the exterior, I went for, I don't know, no specific style or whatever. I just did it as always. You know, I have my own style of landscaping, and yeah, it's nothing too fancy or too crazy, but I like it. There are several paths, bed flowers, trees, fountains. Well, actually, it's a little bit fancy. Yeah, okay, I admit. Not everyone has a fountain, bed flowers, and so on in their garden, but yeah, I mean, I didn't go for a big French formal garden or whatever. There's flowers surrounding the whole house. The backyard is not very large actually, because the house itself is pretty big, and the terrace as well is big, but I think it's not an issue. Like if you have a big terrace, trees and so on, you don't especially need big areas of grass or whatever. So yeah, I kept very simple. At a moment, I was hesitating of switching to a 64 by 64 lot. Then I was like, no, it would be too big. You know that I love building on such big lot, but for this house, it's nicer to have this 50 by 50. It's easier to play, and the garden is not so huge, so you cannot get lost in your own house, which is something that would happen in some of my farmhouses, I think. Like the celebrity mansion is so huge, I think it's pretty much unplayable. Like there's so many rooms that you never know where your Sims are. Anyway, now for the interior, I went for a very it's not, I would say contemporary in the meaning, not modern, but just like it's something between classical and contemporary. So I didn't want it to be too extravagant or too lavish. So I kept some very light colors just to make it look nice to live in. The furniture are pretty eclectic. I didn't go for just one specific style, but altogether I think it looks nice and it looks real because you know, at your home, I don't know how it's decorated or I don't know, but when you have several furniture that are not matching, it just gives a very authentic style to your house. Like I didn't want this house to look like a decoration magazine, so that's why I decided to mix several styles just to make it look like something that could be in real life, basically. Yes, I think my favorite room in this house is actually I have two favorite rooms. There's the seating area attached to the dining room, which I really like because it's very sun flooded, and just a room where I feel like I could spend hours and hours just chilling. So it was very fun to build it, and I would totally imagine myself in it. And I also really like the girly bedroom, which was very fun as well to do. I use very soft colors, pastel colors. Everything is kind of pinkish, and I also use white bricks, which is a pattern that I like. And it's a very large bedroom actually. It has a sitting area, a bed, a desk, a big bathroom. It's a very nice place. The only thing missing is probably a balcony or a terrace, but that's the boy bedroom actually has a terrace, which is nice. I was imagining like moving the terrace to share it between the two bedrooms, but it was too complicated. I was too far away in the building process to change it all. I mean, it would have taken me 1 hour. So no, I didn't want it. I spent a lot of time on this house, probably around 10 hours, I think. But it was nice to build something big. I love it. And now, since I finished this house, I'm working on a London house, as I said, thanks to the new stuff pack that we got from Felixander, which is based on London architecture. As you probably know, I love England and UK in general. I really, really like the architecture of London. I've been there once, only once. It's such a shame, but I spent 1 week there and I absolutely loved the architecture. Everything was so nice, so authentic, so eclectic also, because many styles are... you can see many styles in the city. And I don't know, there's such an atmosphere about London. I love it. And as an Harry Potter fan, I felt like I was spending a whole week in Harry Potter world. And it was so nice. I loved it. And I can't wait to be back to England. I don't know when, because for a European which has euro as currency, it's pretty expensive to go to the UK, because they don't have, of course, the same currency, and their currency is a bit stronger than euro. So when you spend €1 in France, it's like spending £1 25 or 30. So it means that everything is more expensive. And of course, London is a very expensive city. As you know, I live next to Paris. Paris is a very, very expensive city, but it's nothing compared to London. I don't know how much my week in London costed me, but it was kind of crazy just for the hostel. Like, it was a very cheap hostel far away from the city center. It was a little bit gloomy actually, and it was like £500 for 1 week, for 6 days actually. So it was very, very expensive, and everything is very expensive. Like the subway is super expensive, the food, the drinks, everything except beer. Probably beer is okay, but yeah, but it was worth it. I really like London, and I cannot wait to go back there. And actually, I just don't want to go to London. I would like to explore the whole UK, or probably I could start with England, because as you know, I'm a kind of castle/palaces hunter. I like visiting castle and palaces, and I have a whole bunch of castle and palaces I want to visit in England. And there's so many houses just in London, and also just around London and all the, I don't know how you call that, this administrative region, counties. I don't know if it's the same as in the US, but anyway, there's so many houses, historical houses, country houses that I want to see, that I would need to go for a road trip across UK. But I'm very scared to drive in the UK, because in France we don't drive in the same way, so it would be very confusing for me, I think. Anyway, this is a project I have. The most probably, no, how to say that? Yeah, anyway, the next trip that I'm going to do, and it's probably going to happen, is to Germany, to Bavaria to be exact. I will probably go there in May to visit some castle and palaces, of course. And I'm very excited about this, because I've been dreaming of visiting Bavaria's palaces for years now, especially the palaces of Ludwig II, so Ludwig II, which is famous for his 3 palaces, which are Neuschwanstein, which is like the ultimate fairy tale castle. He also built Linderhof, which is an incredible small palace built in the Alps with incredible gardens, incredible interior decoration, and it's just crazy. And there is a 3rd palace, which is Ehrenchiemsee, and it's just the craziest of them all. It is a replica of the Palace of Versailles, located on an island, which is itself located in a lake surrounded by the mountains. Just, it's crazy. And I've been dreaming of visiting this one for years and years, and it's probably going to happen this year, so yeah, I'm very excited. And also there are many other palaces to visit in Bavaria. I'm thinking of just in München, also in Munich, or Munich, I don't know how you say that in English. There is the Residenz, which is the main palace of the Bavarian royal family. Outside the city there is Nymphenburg, which is the summer residence, which is just as stunning as Versailles or any other big palace. And a little bit further there is Schlossheim, which is also incredible. And yeah, I think next to Neuschwanstein. Also Neuschwanstein is built on a very high hill, almost a mountain, and when you go down to the lake, there is another castle which is called Hohenschwanga, and it was built by Ludwig's father, and it's also an incredible place. So I will definitely need to rent a car to go to far no, not too far. I'm mixing German and English. It's very confusing to drive between all these palaces, and I cannot wait to discover them, and also to discover the southern part of Bavaria, which I don't know. And there's super high mountains, incredible landscapes, and yeah, I'm just so excited. You know, I studied German for many years, have a bachelor in German studies. I've been living in Germany for 1 year. I've always loved Germany, and it's been quite a long time since I didn't go there. I think my last time in a German-speaking country was in Austria, which was like 4 years ago. So yeah, I'm so happy to go back in a German-speaking country. Yeah, I think you can hear I'm kind of excited, and I really am. Yes. I still also have to think where I'm going to go this summer. Actually, I think I could go once again to Germany, because believe it or not, I've been spending so much time in Germany, but I've never been to Berlin, so probably my next trip in summer will be Berlin. But yeah, we'll see, because I have some other ideas like the US, but I'm not sure. I need a little bit of money to go to the US. Like Berlin is super cheap, but the US is something else, I think. Anyway, I think I'm done with talking about my next trips. I'm also done with this house, actually. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know that most of you guys like me to build big mansions, so yeah, I hope you will like this one. It was very cool to do, and I think it's a pretty nice place to do a let's play or to do whatever you want. In the next video, as I said, we're going to London, and I will try in the next video to talk about Sims 5, because as you know, it has been announced, and I would like to tell you about what I'm expecting from a new game, even though it won't be released until 2021 or 2022, I think. So yeah, but I have some high expectation about this game, because I love The Sims 4, but there are some things that are missing, and I hope we are getting them in The Sims 5, but I'm not saying too much. I will tell you about it in the next video. Anyway, if you love this house, please tell me in the comments, give a like to the video, subscribe if you still not subscribed to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!